All because I didn't hold. I missed out on $7.5 million of one little investment because I went to chase gains. This is perspective. So, yes, I hold XRP, but I'm not going to sell my XRP to go chase other assets. You don't just get wealthy, you don't just make money. You build it. You build wealth brick by brick. And most people are not willing to do that. Most people are not willing to wait. Over 4 billion? People really underestimate the value of network effects, and just because the price of an asset is at $1 or 50 cents for so long does not mean that it's not going to go parabolic any second. What's up, guys? Kevin Cage here with another XRP update. This video is an absolute must-see. This will be relatively informal because I have a crazy busy day, but I want to show you what I'm looking at on the XRP price chart. So on the left-hand side, we have Lattice token. This is LTX. This is actually built on Constellation's network, aka the Hypergraph Transfer Protocol. This is a layer 0 token, and what did we say in yesterday's video? Well, since DAG was continuously pushing all-time high prices, now at 41 cents, the highest price it's ever been, we literally were posting this and buying it back at 2 pennies and sharing in February our targets of 30 to 40 cents. I know I made one of the videos public for anybody that's not a member to go check for yourselves. We were talking about DAG even down here as well and talking about this exact target. So it's great to see that we're here. And DAG is one of those assets that did this in a very, very quick period of time. Lattice token is an extremely interesting asset. And we're going to see how closely it follows DAG. And for now, it's an ERC20 token, but we understand the plans that are coming for this guy. So what do we have here? Well, on this channel, we've shown well over a dozen assets at this point. Large caps, mid caps, and even small caps that are doing what? Well, from the swing high, swing low, going to the 1618. Well, for the XRP price chart, what is that? Essentially $3 plus. We have DAG that's all the way up here, way past the 4618 at this point. Q&T's done it. We're going to see if HBAR has similar moves, along with Algo. We're going to see if XLM starts moving. We're going to see if Ethereum gets that extra push. And this is on the daily chart. This has been since the April high for the entire market. Notice LTX. We almost have a double top here, so to speak, a double bottom right here. Coming up, challenging the 702, crashing almost back to the 236, chasing people out. And then what does it do? It goes parabolic. And I know in yesterday's video, we went over Solana, Terra Luna, etc. And keep an eye on the XRP price chart. And as we talked in yesterday's video, the higher that Ethereum went, there was a lot more interest in ERC20 tokens that are built on Ethereum's blockchain. However, the gas fees get higher. Ethereum can't really scale. I like Ethereum. I've made money on Ethereum, but be sure to check out what Constellation is doing in almost a top 100 asset. And we were talking about this guy since it was ranked 400, 500. Keep an eye on these assets that are potentially ahead in the pattern and leading the way for the entire cryptocurrency market's bull run. I posted this really quick to show you DAG and Q&T as well, showing they both backtest on this level of the 100% retracement before going parabolic. We can see DAG is above the 4618, one of the highest Fibonacci extensions that I use. Q&T's 4618 is actually over $220. And for all you Q&T fans out there, we did see this weird thing on the Q&T price chart for Bittrex, showing back in August, the candle body actually opening at over $1,000 per Q&T token. Pretty strange, and just like Barry Bullish says, I used to have all the price history for Q&T. I originally bought Q&T, I think I used the Ethereum pair in 2018, because I think that's all they had. It was that or maybe IDEX, I forget which exchange. And obviously I don't use those exchanges now. I prefer Caleb and Brown, links in the video description. We had these crazy wicks and sometimes token launches, and as crazy as it sounds, even if it takes months or years, these assets actually do reach these prices. Now, of course, this is only a 5x from current prices, and we've seen assets like Doge do even crazier returns. I don't think this is out of the realm of possibility by any means if you understand what Q&T is. And so watching the XRP price chart, we are sitting below the 50% retracement, same thing as yesterday. But I want you to go through a bunch of assets. We'll be doing a live stream as well later. And just continue to go through a bunch of these assets and observe where they're at and how they reacted overall. Here's an example of a reverse Fibonacci drawn from swing low to swing high. And this shows a perfect ABC count that I typically leverage in trading. We can see swing low, A, B, C went right to the 618. Look at those candle bodies closing right there. Now, sometimes it can go as low as here to take advantage of any stop losses. And then it goes to the top golden extensions. That's what we were doing originally when we got DAG. We got a 9.5x return on DAG, then got an additional 80% compounded by trading API 3, which turns into a 17x return in total. And this did not happen overnight. It takes months and months and months. You don't just get wealthy. You don't just make money. You build it. You build wealth brick by brick. And most people are not willing to do that. Most people are not willing to wait. We have the daily chart for LTX, and really just watching how these structures react. So with LTX on the left-hand side, we have A, B, C came to the 618, and then went up to these gold extensions. Of course, the golden ratio, the negative 618. Blasted right through. Now, of course, this is a lower cap. It's easier for these things to happen, but the Fibonacci actually is obeyed on high caps, small caps. It doesn't matter. Fibonacci extension, the Fibonacci ratio does not discriminate whatsoever. And the deeper you look into this, the more interested you're going to get. Now, to look at these comparisons, on the XRP price chart, I actually decided to draw for a mental exercise solely for conceptualization. Swing low to swing high. Okay, so swing low to swing high. Okay, but does that mean we're going to crash to 80 cents, Kevin? Oh no. That's not what I'm saying. We are looking at this solely for conceptualization. If we're only looking for bullish scenarios, we're going to miss out on the downside opportunities. So we want to do our best to keep an open mind so that we can see as much as possible. And although anything is possible in this crazy, crazy market, I know we've seen assets already do a 100x return this year. There's still a lot of assets that have not yet done those returns. And those are the assets that I'm focusing on, at least in terms of trades. Now, although this little crash went to the 618, we had this little pullback, but it didn't really do anything. But notice, kind of tapping, and above this 236 level, we did in fact blast off. So we're going to see how this XRP price chart reacts because this is the daily. It's not super valid. Let's take it back to the weekly price chart. You can go through a bunch of assets. As you can see with Kava, we're actually pushing that all-time high price. We have yet to pierce that RSI yet, and actually stay above there like many other assets have when they're en route up to these levels. And what happened for Kava on this weekly stochastic? Look right here. When the red and blue began to pierce through this purple and get that really good strength, we had that push right through the 702 and 786 level, creating an all-time high price. So as we're observing XRP in the price chart, yes, I know it's a different chart. Obviously, it's a different asset. But we're sitting below the 50% retracement. We have assets conservatively at these levels at $1.50. That would be $1.50 for XRP. And then pushing up to these levels is almost $3. And friendly reminder, yes, we have other assets that are all the way up here. So you decide for yourselves. We haven't even seen utility on this market yet. An example right here is Luna. I know this is sloppy. We can see the RSI pierced. Well, above 70. Beautiful. We can see we're still around this level. We have to push up. MACD turned up for Luna beautifully. And yes, we are at the 1618. Essentially double tapping it thus far. And friendly reminder, we have assets that have made it all the way up here. Now, Luna's a bit more established now. The market cap is significantly higher. But of course, that would be like a 3x return. The thing is, with me, crypto's risky enough. So I'd rather focus on assets that are around these levels. If you wanted to wait for confirmation for them to actually break through and then buy here and trade from there, that's all up to you. I just wanted to show you the similarities and show you that XRP is still on track on the weekly price chart. The golden cross at the 236 level. What do we have? Golden cross below the 236 level, blasted up. Are we equivalent and still at this 50% retracement? And do we have upside in the weeks ahead? This is a macro chart, so yes, it takes time. Weekly stochastic is not turning down. MACD's still up. RSI still in a very good position. Nothing I see is telling me we're going to zero, so I'm just going to wait. Here's a quick clip of Gary Vee. I'm just going to show you about 5 seconds because I thought this was just really good for anybody that's brand new to the space to understand non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and why this is going to be revolutionary for collectibles, why this is going to be game-changing for trading cards, in this entire market of anything that can be tokenized and traded. Of course, he's made a killing trading a lot of collectibles, let's just say trading cards for this example, but nothing's really immutable. It's not on blockchain tech or DLT, and so it's hard to know the exact supply and if there's demand. So although these markets are massive and are going to continue to go up, it's really hard to gauge and it's a lot more speculative. The benefit is with blockchain, when everything's tokenized, you know for an absolute fact and the entire world knows the actual supply. Therefore, when everybody knows the truth and it's immutable, it makes this entire market more transparent, more trustworthy, and what does that do? Allows the market to grow to much higher levels than it ever would have all on its own.
Blockchain, I know the supply, unlike sports cards or things of that nature. So just assume that there's 1809. Okay, Mike?
I just thought that was a cool clip. Also, guys, hope you enjoyed yesterday's video. So just kind of highlighting this again. We talked about some big acquisitions of Ripple partners, Boss Rev and TerraPay, dealing with the GCC countries in the MENA region. And yes, Ripple does have a regional headquarters they established in Dubai a long time ago. They also have clarity in Saudi Arabia, thanks to the central bank Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority already giving them clarity. If you guys have done your research, you're well aware that they even did a sandbox environment years ago and said, oh, you're good to go, Ripple. RippleNet, you're fully compliant. You can just start going live with the banks. Nobody's talking about this, and the US is surely not acknowledging this. With TerraPay alone, this B2B company, a single API integration, like RippleNet, automatically connects you to 4 billion bank accounts, 500 million mobile wallets, 79 receiving countries, and 153 send countries. All thanks to the phenomenal research and sharing of Wrath of Kahneman. Also, we have shared by Crypto Whale. We have another $1 billion of USDT Tether, everybody's favorite, that has been transferred to Binance. Tons and tons of money on the move. In other news, CoinDesk is putting out articles, USDC to be backed 100% by cash. Today, the USDC developer revealed last month that only 61% of tokens were in fact backed by cash and cash equivalents. Cash equivalents, in quotes, is key. This September attestation published by Circle will show that all USDC reserves are held in cash and short-term US treasuries, the company announced. And also, no surprise, we've been talking about this for like a couple years now. Circle revealed plans in July to go public via a SPAC, a special purpose acquisition corporation, in a deal that would value Circle at $4.5 billion. We all knew this was coming. We've heard Brian Brooks, formerly the acting comptroller of the United States currency, who also said Ripple will get settlement in his opinion, so that there's clarity for XRP holders. And we said Circle would be another close one behind because we've heard him speak highly of Ripple and Circle. We can see earlier this month, Circle announced its desire to become a full reserve national commercial bank, operating under the supervision of the US Federal Reserve. Oh, and the OCC. You can see narratives and just connect dots. There's a method to the madness. People call it insane, crazy speculation, but I think it's fairly rational. The gentleman that was in charge of the OCC spoke highly of Circle. I could tell how he was speaking highly of them, setting the tone, and just better understanding that, yes, they're a supervisor. When you understand these macro views, it really paints a picture of the entire market and makes it easier for me to do very large investments and manage them and just keep track, not day trading. A macro view of the market. Do what you need to when you need to do it, when the opportunity presents itself. Until then, you sit, calm and composed. And yes, the market's still over $2 trillion. We can see Wrath of Kahneman sharing this report from Finasia on SCB. Siam Commercial Bank, the largest commercial bank in all of Thailand, notes their investment in the company Ripple includes this graphic of Ripple, GuavaPay, which is a Ripple partner, and LightNet, which some have worried about as a Ripple competitor. And you can see them right here in Exhibit 9, International Money Transfers. LightNet, GuavaPay, and Ripple by the SCB. Here's the SCB, as I said, Siam Commercial Bank. Dated just this month. And here's a quick control find just so you see Ripple for yourself, so you understand this is a valid document, including investment in Ripple, so venture capital, and you can see Ripple right there. And Thailand is going to continue to be a great on-demand liquidity corridor for XRP usage. And what I just went over is what actually Wrath of Kahneman found interesting as well. Here's a weird thing. That Finasia report that I just showed you with Ripple says that Siam Commercial Bank invested in Ripple. Huh? Normally, you'd assume that they mean SCB invested in their own Ripple use. But here it is listed under venture capital, as if a capital investment was put into the company Ripple. And then they're using RippleNet. Therefore, there'd be a vested interest in the success of the company Ripple and the use of XRP. Bullish. And what do we have here? Panos, a phenomenal XRP researcher, must follow. Look what we have. Siam Commercial Bank invests in Ripple, world leader in blockchain tech, by the tech sauce. Dated back to 2016. Digital Ventures. Pretty cool. So I just learned this. Maybe you guys already knew this, but this is news to me. Super cool. I do my best to keep up with all of these assets. It moves so damn quickly in this space. But great to see their connections for years and years and years. And of course, what they're building still today, 5 years later. And for anybody that says, oh, there's competitors, they have a 5-year relationship, and they're already years ahead of other competitors. If there's a better technology, cool. There's more nodes being operated on Ripple's ledger, which means it's far more decentralized and more distributed today. There's more partners. It can all plug in via a single API, just like I showed you TerraPay with 4 billion bank accounts. Over 4 billion. People really underestimate the value of network effects, and just because the price of an asset is at $1 or 50 cents for so long does not mean that it's not going to go parabolic any second. DAG, before it did a 40x, was sub pennies for a couple years. QNT, before it shot, was under $5, was under $3 forever for a couple years. Terra Luna, that is at $30, and my original investment would have made probably $8 million today. Terra Luna, and I had about 250,000 to 300,000, but let's be conservative. 250,000 tokens that I bought at 20 cents, and I sold them at 50 cents. Ridiculous. At today's price of $30, I would have made over $7.5 million on that investment of an asset that I purchased and sold just over a year ago at this point. All because I didn't hold. I missed out on $7.5 million of one little investment because I went to chase gains. This is perspective. So yes, I hold XRP, but I'm not going to sell my XRP to go chase other assets. If I see another asset that's undervalued, I begin dollar cost averaging into that asset. And if I miss a 10x opportunity, I find another one. Emphasizing this, with the DAG nodes, information is coming out. Be sure to follow their official page, Constellation, and we'll be able to see the estimates of staking our DAG, using it as collateral, operating a node for passive income. When I'm operating my nodes by having DAG collateralized, I'm going to use that DAG to earn more DAG, then I'll be able to get another node. Hypothetically, that's the goal at least. If not, I'm just going to earn more Layer 0 tokens like LTX and ads of Alchemy Exchange. Oh man, this person wishes he bought more in January. Yep, 2K would have been 100K now. It's part of the game. And the question is, the good news is we're early, and the bad news is we're early, but the question is how early? I don't know the tops, and I don't know the bottoms. Anybody that tells you they know exactly the top, they are lying. All you can do is when an asset is giving you 50x returns, 100x returns, 2000% returns, which does happen in this market, scale your cells out, stagger them out little by little, make sure you have your initial investment back ASAP. And Jordan Harry, my buddy, I'm really happy that he did in fact get his initial investment back from DAG right away. Then he's investing with house money, and then you get a phenomenal return with that again. You can either hold, stagger it out, or put it into another asset before it does a similar move. It's beyond powerful. And of course, if you guys follow me on TikTok, links are in the video description. I shared how I even turned 50K into over $500,000 with 2 trades back to back without leverage, just by being patient. And yes, it took months because things don't happen overnight. It looks like that to other people. They think it's luck. But no, it just takes time. You have to believe in something when nobody else does. Just like Gary Vee, when he went to go big and invest into Facebook, they told him he was an idiot. I know he also missed out on that funding round for Uber. He had 2 opportunities to invest in Uber with Travis, his friend at the time, and he missed out on like $300 million by just like throwing like 50K or something in a funding round. So that sucks, but it's part of the game. Every good idea, every profitable opportunity that he's ever had, he said the majority of people thought he was an idiot for thinking that, let alone acting on it. And I'll tell you right now, a lot of people thought I was an idiot 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And those same people are hitting me up and trying to take me out to dinner now. And with this entire market, specifically XRP, to me, this is not financial advice, but to me, this is just a question of when, not if. How long will it all take? Will it be a bumpy road, or will it be smooth sailing? When will that day be when you just wake up extremely happy? And taking profits definitely helps me make this bumpy road more bearable, but it's a two-sided sword. Because taking profits when you actually do it rarely feels good, especially as the asset keeps moving. But if the asset ever dumps, you are so relieved. It's not about being right, it's about being profitable. We'll finish up with this, guys. We have Standard Custody now sharing David Schwartz, as we've been covering extensively with PolySign and their subsidiary Standard Custody and their huge strategic partnership with Cowen or Cohen Investments. These are some of the biggest groups, are connected to some of the biggest organizations in the world. We are talking trillions of dollars. We're talking capital markets. Please go check for yourselves. And shout out to Tony from Thinking Crypto for providing some of the best crypto interviews in this entire space. All right, guys, that's enough out of me for today. Live stream for patrons tonight, and I will catch you in the next video.